I'm Camille Rule. I have been a member of Salem from, oh wow, I'm 10 years from I know myself. I have been here from, we were in the now C.W. Sanders Hall, but that was the old edifice. I'm not a, what is that? Hi, I'm Camille Rule. Hi, I'm Camille Rule. I have been a member of Salem from, oh wow, I'm 10 years from I know myself. I have been here from, we were in the now C.W. Sanders Hall, but that was the old edifice. I'm not a, what is that? Parliament Street member. I am a Taylor Street member. And so while worshiping in the old edifices, of course, you know, I sit back now and try to understand or figure out how we did it, because then it seemed big, but looking at it now, I realize, wow, that was a very small building.
Hi, good day. My name is Teron Davis, better known as Boppy, from the community of Taylor Street, and I'm here to talk about Salem Baptist Church. The church is they have a new church now, and they have younger leaders now. And the younger guys who lead the church now, the guys who came up and who brought us up in the basketball in the community. So now they are the people, the senior people in the church. So we have their ear at hand now. We could let them know in the area what we need.
Good day, everybody. My name is Valentino Brand, alias Scoochie or Scrooge. I am a community leader that resides in the Grandstand community that consists of Lewis Street, Hay Street, and Taylor Street. I'm here today to talk about the wonderful church, Salem Union Baptist Church, which I've been living in this community for 47 years. In the 47 years that I've been living here, I've known Pastor Sanders, who has done an extremely great job of actually trying to be community-minded towards the community. In other words, helping, doing basketball programs, anything that is possible to get young people to be a part of this wonderful church.
My name is Stephen Lachey Bannaby. I've been a member of Salem. Started coming to Salem from 1994. I think now under the pastorship of Pastor Huda, we can see where his focus is also on, he's building souls. He has a passion for souls. He has a passion for community. And we could see it based on all of the capital works that he's doing. As far as him renovating the now C.W. Sanders Fellowship Hall, making it a kitchen so that we can cook and provide food for those in the area, the pantry, being able to supply the community, because I know one of his main goals is before you can preach to a person, you should be able to meet their needs. You can't tell a hungry person about Jesus and without trying to meet their needs. So we can see that that has been his passion. We could see it in the renovation of the C.W. Sanders Hall. We can see it in when he has renovated the parking lots to accommodate the children in the community, as far as the after-school care with the Wi-Fi, and also with redoing the basketball courts so that we can have tournaments, because that used to be a thing when I first came to Salem. We had a lot of basketball tournaments, Summerfest during the summer, in which that galvanized a lot of the community.
I have seen Salem grow by leaps and bounds. We have always been a church that was based on evangelism, outreach. I remember we used to do outreach we had a service every year where we had 3 nights services. We would have it, but it'd be inside. Then we started moving to the outside. We were community-minded back then. I think even now we're more community-minded in that it's not just a church in the four walls, but we are now, we have expanded our outreach to the community as well as to the catchment areas around us.
My experience with Pastor Roll, the smile on my face can tell you how happy I was just to be able to work with him. As I said before, I'm a community leader. I've been doing programs in the community for the past 25 years. Meeting Pastor Roll in the last 7 to 8 years, he wanted to reach out more. What Sanders started, it kind of slowed down in about 10 years. It needed new life, and that new life was Pastor Roll. I was introduced to Pastor Roll about 7 years ago, and he wanted to find a way how he could make a connection back again with the residents that reside in the Grandstand community, Lewis Street, Hayes Street, and Taylor Street.
We're gonna see now is he's gonna go back to where we came from and start to do old things we used to do. Like, I think we're gonna have a tournament too, because we spoke about that. And because we have kids around here now could play sports. They're really good in sports now, but they need guidance. Just like I said with me, we need to help them. And also he's put in the Wi-Fi system in place so that the kids could have some little community area they could come and do their school work, homework, you know, whatever little studies they want to catch up on. Lights gonna be on the park. So, you know, it'll brighten up the area, and then he fenced off. If you notice, the area is kind of beautifying a little bit, but we need more to be done in the area. You know, it's never too much to be done. And I think Rev is doing an awesome job, and I commend him for it.
Hello, my name is Helen Victoria Clark Ferguson. I'm a proud member of the Salem Union Baptist Church. I've been a member here since at least for the last 22 years. I've been a member here at Salem. I'm pleased that as members of Salem, we were able to make a lasting impact in our community here with the residents of this community, with the establishment of this parking lot, of this area, that the children are going to be able to come and do their homework with free Wi-Fi. They won't have to worry about where I don't have Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is going to be available. We're delighted to be a part of that.
Because for 18 months now, 19 months, the COVID-19 has actually slowed down the school progress, but it has not slowed down Salem Union Baptist Church.
This has always been a home base for me. I don't live here, but I grew up here. I was born in that house on the side of the church. So I know the ins and outs of this area. And the thing is, thank God for Salem in this area. I could tell you that because I've seen those days, you know, and a lot of things go down. They have hurricane relief. When the hurricanes happened, they were giving out food. And then the pandemic came, Rev called and said, y'all straight brought food for my household and the people through the area. You know, they were passing out the goods. You know, regular stuff church does, they were doing, and they were filling in the gaps to make sure people were comfortable and in place. And he gives out a lot of work for people in the area who needs help, a lot of young guys. But I realized that the church had a big impact on us coming together as one. And for that, I always respected the church and always looked up to the church, and that kind of guided me through my life.
This is how a pastor in a church is supposed to be. Community-minded, highways and byways, working with persons like myself who are community leaders who have been working for over 20-something years in the community. So as you can see, I'm very excited about the progress and the direction that this church is headed into.
Where we actually begin is on the fact that through the years of the three generational leaders that we have had for the past 120 years, was that in each of them, they trained their membership and their leaders to have, or what I would term, to be mission-minded. And one who is mission-minded must always have an evangelical outlook, because I believe that the scriptures teach us that that is the main mandate of the church. the mandate of the church is to go out and to make disciples, to reach out to the lost. And that would be the mandate that I stand on, having stood on the shoulders of the three pastors, that to grow the church, we would have to go outside of the four walls and take the message of Jesus Christ to those who are lost, so that we grow the church by making new disciples.
Salem Union Baptist Church has a rich history of 120 years of Christian fellowship, community service, and unstinting spiritual outreach. For that entire 60 history, its path has been guided by just 4 visionary and dynamic pastors, and the history of Salem Union Baptist Church, as well as its future journey, is inextricably interwoven with their stories.
The history of Salem is a continuing story.
The church came out of a place where there was nowhere for evangelism tend to be not on base route. And that's where the church came from.
When Reverend Wilshire took over, when he established the church, I was born that year.
The origin of Salem, of course, was from the Baptist Missionary Society of London with Reverend Wilshire. All right. And if we speak briefly to even our form of worship, you would see that we're not as boisterous as some of the other Baptist churches because of that.
Salem has been a church, at least I'm talking about for the time that I've been here, our camaraderie extended and actually started with what was happening among us as young people. As a group of young people, we understood that the key to building lives and the key to making an impact on the lives of other people was to try and develop relationships.
Following Reverend Daniel Wilshire's ferocious disagreement with Reverend Charles Dan and his subsequent resignation from Zion Baptist Church in 1890, Reverend Wilshire held services for his supporters who left with him under a tree on McCullough Corner and East Street, or New Road as it was called then, and he first called the church the New Road Zion Baptist Church.
The Reverend Daniel Wilshire, who was an Englishman, came to the Bahamas as a missionary pastor. And when the Salem Union Baptist Church was established and they became a part of the Bahamas Baptist Union, he saw to it that he worked with the local leadership and that there was a plan of action to be followed, and that there was a modus operandi for the church.
He came to the Bahamas from Zion, and there was a rift between Wilshire and Dan. Dan was also an Englishman, but they threw Reverend Wilshire out of the church, and they sent him to Fox Hill. And from Fox Hill, he established Mount Carey, and then Salem.
Reverend Wilshire who also served as superintendent of the Bahamas Baptist Union from 1892 until his death in 1932, had some funds of his own with which he purchased property on Parliament Street, where he built his residence and allowed Salem Union Baptist Church to build its first permanent home on another part of the lot, eventually deeding the property without waiting for full payment. On Sunday, February 4th, 1894, Salem Union Baptist Church welcomed worshipers for the first service in their new church.
Reverend Wilshire, who I